great privilege and honor for me to welcome you all in this remarkable milestone, 7th year anniversary of Vellore Toastmasters Club and meeting number 205. Few students from VIT came together and founded this club. They believed in the mission of Toastmasters Club, which is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience where members are empowered to develop their leadership and communication skills, leading to greater self-confidence and personal growth. I believe today we all are here as a testament to their belief in the Toastmasters mission. Even though we have our festivities today, we have certain ground rules to be followed. Number 1, please put your mobile phones in silence mode. I'll give you 5 seconds to do that. Number 2, you can enter and exit the venue only if you hear the sound of applause. Third, and my most important ground rule is learn, interact and have fun throughout the meeting. The restroom for the venue is behind the screen. You can walk this way. You cannot walk this way, so it will disturb the settings here. So please use this way to reach the restroom. And now it's time for me to introduce the presiding officer for today. She is a renowned psychologist working with CMC, having 20 years of experience. She is interested in learning from the real-life stories of people, whoever she meets. Being the president of Vellore Toastmasters Club, she believes in the mantra, together we can achieve more. Put your hands together and welcome the presiding officer for today, Toastmasters Canada.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Announced, Toastmaster Monica, for that wonderful welcome. You always set the stage on fire. So dear guests and fellow Toastmasters, thank you all so much for coming to meeting number 205, and with this I would officially say that meeting number 205 is on. Seven years back, VTC was birthed in the minds of young students. It was their way of giving back to society, and today, 7 years we've journeyed and we've come thus far. We can see further because we are standing in the shoulders of giants. So, it's a wonderful day, and we have a power-packed meeting. We are really very happy to recognize our dignitaries for today. The trio are here visiting our club for the first time. Can we all give a roaring applause to welcome the trio? So it's our pleasure to welcome our district director, DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohini Krishnan, sir. Growth Director, Toastmaster Ashwati Rajan. And we have our Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Parthasaran. So it was not easy for them to come along with our dear Division Director and our Area Director, Division Director, Toastmaster Annapurni. Area Director Nadia. We are so glad that you were able to make it. Thank you so much for respecting us and taking so much of time to travel all the way from Chennai to be here in our midst. You've made it extra special for us. So we have one or two guests. I would like you to please stand up and introduce yourself. Take for 30 seconds to tell your name and where you come from.
I'm Deborah. I'm from Sabwachari. Toastmaster Monica and Toastmaster Samir invited me for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for coming. So I think you will meet the best people in Vellore in VTC. So whenever you have time, please drop by, and it would be really nice for us to interact with you and learn more. Our VPPR will tell you the time later, and we'll interact with you sometime. Thank you so much for coming. So without any further ado, I would like to hand over the stage to a very, very special person. He is none other than our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ramesh. He's got 25 years of experience in CMC. He's working in the admin. He's an ardent reader. He's a wonderful cricketer. He's a cricket enthusiast. He's several things all rolled into him. So let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Ramesh.
Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
So today we are here to celebrate our 7 years of growth of Vellore Toastmasters Club. A big round of applause for And when we wanted to finalize a theme for this, we were just wondering what to do. I thought, okay, we should take it as leadership matters. For any success of any organization, leadership matters the most. Quality of the leader is the quality of the organization. The leader sets the tone. He creates an impact. He makes the difference in the way an organization functions. As you are all aware, Toastmasters Club is here to make difference in the lives of many. And also, an organization is known by the men it keeps. Who holds the position? Who holds the post? They are the drivers, the movers of any organization. And also, keeping the right men in the right place. We should not have a wrong person doing a wrong job. It should be the right person holding the right position. If he has the vision to take the club forward, then the direction of the club is different. When I talk about leadership, leadership is not a title. How many of you think you are all leaders? Just because you hold a leadership title? No. Leadership is prevalent everywhere. And it is by action we exhibit. Leadership should not be told, it should be felt. So as leaders, just because of their immense contributions by the yesteryear's leaders, we are here celebrating our 7 years of extraordinary Toastmasters journey here. A big round of applause once again for all of them who have put a lot of hard work, because this leadership is not going to pay them back at all. It is not coming with money. How many of you are paid for? You all have taken the trouble of traveling together from Chennai to Vellore for one reason. What it is? Sir?
For yours.
For us.
For you.
Thank you so much. It is the passion and the love that you have towards this. Thank you so much. And today we have 5 fantastic leaders over here who have traveled from Chennai. A warm welcome to each one of you. And before, let me just tell you the structure of the meeting for the benefit of the guest. We usually have 3 segments, but today we are going to have 4 segments where we have the guests doing the felicitations. The segment 1 will be the prepared speeches, where the speakers will have a prepared speech. They'll come here and deliver it. And we have the second segment will be the table topics, where the table topic master will initiate impromptu speaking activity. And the final will be the most crucial part. It is peer evaluation. This will be done by our peers who have taken up the role just to support where things have gone right, where things needs to be improved. With this, So this is the overall sequence of the structures of the Toastmasters meeting. And now I take this opportunity to invite distinguished Toastmaster Mohana Krishnan to offer his felicitations. A few lines about the Toastmaster Mohana Krishnan is a leader who truly believes in doing what we love and doing a lot of it. With a remarkable Toastmaster journey, he has served as a Club Growth Director, Division A Director, and now leads with a vision and dedication as the District Director. A firm believer in the power of connection and mentorship. He lives by the mantra of Leader Sampan, ensuring that leadership is not just about showing the way, but walking the journey together. With his experience, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to growth, let's give him a warm welcome to distinguished Toastmaster Mohana Krishnan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Day, Ramesh. Good morning to all of you here. Especially the members of Vellore Toastmasters Club. I don't want to use VTC. I'm trying to break that. No VTC, no CTC, because there are two CTCs. Sometimes Verizon Toastmasters calls them VTC. Chennai Toastmasters, Coimbatore Toastmasters. So we try to break that. We want to be proud calling our names fully. Yes?
Yes.
Vellore Toastmasters Club. So, and a few guests here. Thank you for joining. First of all, congratulations on the amazing milestone, right? 7 years. Now, I also want to apologize especially to Bharat. He's been calling me for maybe more than 2 years. I kept saying, Bharat, you're keeping it, or you either wantedly keeping it when OTP or video trading stuff. Just joking, but something or the other kept clashing that, we were not able to come here. But finally, it is supposed to happen in the centennial year of Toastmasters, I believe, and we are here for the first time. So thank you so much, Bharat, and thank you so much, Caroline, and all those people who, invited us to be here. Now, 7 years is something that is beautiful, long, right? A long run. I heard the presiding officer talk. 7 years means 7 years of stories. 205 is the meeting number. That many stories you have, that many lives you have touched. That many into whatever number it is. All the meetings that you had, so many lives have been touched in 7 years. And I strongly believe, while it could be these 20, 30 people in the room that are celebrating this, but there are so many invisible members out there who probably are not members, did not renew, but were impacted in all these 7 years due to Vellore Toastmasters Club. And you all have to be proud of it. A big round of applause to you. So, and the theme is something that is very special to me. Very rarely people do this leadership matters, right? I'm someone, at one point of time, the moment I became media director, division director, I stopped mentoring people for communication or contests unless it's something like district level or even world championship in the last 3 years. But I started mentoring people in leadership because today we don't have enough leaders to take up things. Right from club mentors, club coaches, or even area directors, division directors. And I've been telling it, probably few of you would have heard of the OTPs. Across the globe, they are shutting down or merging 30 districts. We have 131 districts across the globe, and they're shutting down 30 districts for one reason: there are not enough leaders to take up. There's one way we can fix this, and that one way is a way that is going to take our fraternity from this 100 years to 200 years, which is nothing but all of us here make up that 2 hours every week and come here, stand on the stage. Nothing more than that, right? And that 2 hours of transformational journey that we are going through and the members are going through will take this fraternity to 200 more years. As simple as that. And do not hesitate. Tomorrow, your area director, your division director is going to put that small message in the group saying, we're looking for so-and-so roles in the contest. Go and say yes. Even if you do not know fully about it, there are enough people in the fraternity that can teach you. But not taking the first step is going to pull us back from going to the 100 more years. So have the courage to say that yes. And another thing that I want to say in leadership, at the same time, when you get a role, same person don't take that role on another. Give opportunity to more people. That's very important. We are in a position to grow more leaders. That's also something that I want to say. And delegate. One thing I've been telling in every office training program, and I don't mind saying it again here. We have seen people, thank you, we have seen people burn out, right? Burn out saying, it was a tough journey, I finished VPE, I want to quit, or I want to take a break. As district leaders, that's the last thing that we want to hear, right? And one beautiful thing according to leadership, including me as a district director, is asking for help. A leader is someone who goes out and asks for help. Please ask for help when you want it. And there are enough times, sometimes you get it only when you ask. So these are few things I thought it is important as a club, as we grow, not just 70th anniversary also, we'll try to be here and who's going to be the president, maybe he'll be the president of the club on 70th anniversary. Otherwise, the congratulations on the anniversary. Looking forward to see you all. I've met a few of you here and there, no TVs on this, but feel free to be there in any event and then say hi. We would love to have a conversation. Yeah, let's do what we love and do a lot of for District 120.
Thank you. Now I would like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Ashwathi Rajan, our Club Growth Director, District 120. Toastmaster Ashwathi Rajan is a former scientist and the National Level Young Scientist Awardee. She is a scientific advisor in Mangrove Foundation of India and also the founder of Success E-Learning. She is also an author, passionate educator and a public speaker. She is an instructional coach, training teachers, students and working professionals. In Toastmasters, she started her journey as the Charter President of Dynamic Leaders Forum, Toastmasters Club, then served in various clubs as officer roles and division and district extended teams. She was the area director in 2022 and 2023, division director in 2023 and 2024, and now the club growth director for the term 2024-2025. For her, Toastmasters is a place to connect, collaborate and celebrate each other. Put your hands together to welcome
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Congratulations to all of you for this incredible milestone, 7th anniversary. What a journey it is. I heard him saying that 7 years of growth. Yes, it shows how much you have come far. And when we talk about growth, it's a collective journey. It cannot happen with single person, right? And I always believe that growth happens when all of us come together and have a same vision and put efforts towards that, and then we see the outcome, and this is what we see here. So congratulations to all of you once again. So during this journey, we all have our own journey, individual journeys also, right? And each journey is different. We all go through different challenges, different experiences, different learnings. So it's our unique journey. And there are times when we may feel that, whatever I thought, it is not happening, or is this the right path? Or we may have some doubts, right? So I would like to share a small story with all of you. So there was an ordinary man like me and you, and he was frustrated with life, that all the hardships are not allowing him to grow. And one fine day he just goes to a wise old man in his village and asks for some suggestions. So this man, he takes him to a forest, and he just points toward a patch of trees and grasses there, and he shows that you can see a bamboo and a fern growing together. And will you believe that I actually sowed the seeds together at the same time, and I was nurturing the seeds, I was giving water, taking care of it, but this bamboo never sprouted. But I could see the fern growing within a few days, and it is flourishing, blooming so beautifully with lush green leaves. But still the bamboo was not sprouting, and I was also frustrated. But now whatever you see, it happened after a long gap, after years. Suddenly it sprouted and it is growing, too tall, and it is like 40-50 feet long now. And that is how we all are. Like, we have our unique journeys. Now if you see fern, it grew, it took all the nutrients suddenly, and then the growth happened. Whereas the bamboo, it had this separate journey. The roots were going deeper into the ground. It is making it firm so that when it grows, it can withstand the harsh weather, rain, storm, everything. So they have their own stories to tell, and that is how our lives are. So we have our stories. Similarly in Toastmasters also, I believe whatever we learn, whatever struggle we go through, whatever challenges we go through, it may start from the smallest role we do in our club, the timer's role, but still we are learning something different. It may go beyond that. Outside your club, you are doing some area contest chair, area role, or division level, district level. The challenges also grow with that. But you are learning something really precious from that experience. So only message which I would like to give you through this story is believe in your process, because your process is unique. And every leader is successful when they believe in their own journey, because that journey is unique and it will give you that unique experience, that unique learning, which you will be able to share with others so that everyone else can learn through those experiences. So going forward, whatever you learn, do share with others, not only with your club members. Go outside your club with your friends, colleagues, because that is how the community can grow. So all the very best to all of you once again for this incredible milestone. Looking forward to visit you again in the future milestones, and I'll be very happy to meet you all again. Before I leave the stage, I would like to call distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan and distinguished Toastmaster Partha. So I know that this club has grown so much, and this year itself, from July onwards, there were 7 new members added in the club. So I know there are 3 members present today, Ayush, Ranjita and Anita, right? So these 3 members, so we would like to welcome them to the district by giving them a small token. This is the ribbon from Toastmasters International, which says welcome to Toastmasters, where leaders are made. So I would like to request all the
All the best to all of you.
And we have one more special gift for the club. So this is something really special, which came yesterday after printing and everything, and you are the first one to receive this. So,
This one. Yes.
oh, okay, you want to guess what it is?
Club kit. So trophy.
Very close.
Trophy for what? Trophy
Not
for what?
trophy.
For growth, excellence. New club welcome kit.
New club?
Welcome kit.
Okay, that's for new clubs. Excuse me, 7th anniversary.
Yeah, that's something which we started this year, the new club welcome kit. which is again unique to our district. None of the other districts do that. So we designed a kit with all the essential resources for the club that is very beneficial for the club and to have excellent meetings, quality meetings. And many other clubs saw that, they requested for the similar things, and we thought, okay, every club should be benefited with all those resources, and that is what it is. It is the club essential kit, and you are the first one, as I mentioned, to receive this. So I would like to call and this is a recognition for the award, the Fantastic Five Award. Fantastic Fast Five, which is given to the Vellore Toastmasters Club. So congratulations. So I request the president along with the ExCom team to please come and
This is a club essentials kit which I'm not going to open.
It's all specially designed. Know the district with 100-year logo. We've got a trademark approval to do that. You can open. There's a letter from us, and then a beautiful timer card with 100-year logo. We cannot even use this or print this next year. Yeah. So and then there is a logbook, variant logbook, timer logbook, our counter logbook. All the best.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll inaugurate it.
All the best, and while the ExCom is here, it goes to all the members for taking all the efforts, for getting that DCP 5 and above. Yeah, thank you so much.
thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much. Now I'd like to call our Division Director, Toastmaster Annapurni. Toastmaster Annapurni, with a distinguished background as an MBA gold medalist from Anna University, Annapurni has excelled in the IT industry for over 9 years, showcasing expertise in process, people and operations management. She has a proven track record of leading cross-functional teams to achieve high performance, enhance customer satisfaction, and deliver outstanding results. Since joining Toastmasters in 2021, Annapurni has demonstrated exceptional leadership skills, serving in various leadership positions and receiving awards, including the Outstanding Toastmaster Award and Excellence in Leadership Award. Her leadership skill has been evident in successfully leading events at the club, area and division levels. Her dedication and commitment to excellence have earned her the distinction of Distinguished Area Director and now a Dynamic Division Director. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Annapurni.
Thank you, Toastmaster Activity. Can I get a volunteer for an activity? Can I get a volunteer? Thank you. So, sir, please wait. So, how many? Okay. How many of you wish to be a volunteer here and didn't come due to fear of embarrassment, fear of judgment, or fear of failure? I can relate you. I was also be there before joining Toastmaster. Sir, please. This is the activity or that activity. Yes. I was also a shy, timid and an introvert girl from a small town. I entered into the corporate world without a godfather. And now today, I become a bold, confident and courageous leader. This all only because of Toastmaster. Good morning, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. Congratulations for your 7th anniversary. I know Vellore Toastmasters from 3 years since now. I am glad to be in the part of this milestone meeting. I seen the downs of the Vellore Toastmaster, and the last year it was such an amazing transformation which you guys had. It's really amazing. Kudos to each one of you. I also like to express my heartiest gratitude to each one of you for the support which you are giving to the area division and helping in the clubs as well. I wish the same to be continued for the further months as well. Thank you, Trios, for joining with us today. Our sincere gratitude to each one of you. Thank you for sharing the breadth and depth of the experience which you have. What do you remember by the word breadth and depth? Something is striking in your mind? Any guess? Can you guess? Any word related to maths? Okay. Rectangle. To narrow down the thinking, maybe I may put, as it is the contest season, you also relate that and think with depth and with height. What's coming into your mind?
From the medical background, it says breath is breath. Depth is depth.
Okay.
How long it will take?
Okay. So, don't you remember dimension? Dimension, that word didn't come to you. So, I am happy to announce Dimension 2025, the annual conference of Division D. I am happy to welcome you all for that event in person. It is my pleasure to welcome each one of you for that. So, in the OTP, I was discussing with the club president to choose the conference chair for that. So, I was getting nominations from the president of all the clubs, and I am speaking to that person. By that way, I spoke to that one person. That person, on the time, the date, venue, nothing was decided. That one person said, okay, for everything. Without knowing the venue, without knowing everything, whatever be the role, he replied me that I will do that. And that person is a chartered accountant by professional and guest lecturer at VIT, and she is one of the supporting member of this Toastmaster Club, who is none other than Toastmaster Juliet Monica. In this celebration, I officially welcome you to our team. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you. Our conference chair is here, our trio is here. So we thought, why can't we invite them by the conference chair in person? So with that, I would like to call District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan, the first official invite of Division D Annual Conference to him. I would be happy if conference chair provide that to him.
here in Dimensions 2025. Yeah.
Next, I would Next, I would like to welcome our Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Partha.
Normally in invitation they put the host photo and then you invite. Here they put the invitee's photo and you have to come, right?
New dimensions.
New dimension.
Next, I would like to call our Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Ashwati Rajan.
Thank you. All the best. Thank you. May this dimension takes you to a different dimension.
Thank you. So my red card is on. So one of the best thing after the happiness which I got after Toastmaster is I'm able to speak till the red card is on. So that's a joke. So once again, a warm wishes to you, each every one of you, and may your Toastmaster skill not only shine inside the club, but also it would shine outside of the club. Next time, when someone pries you for some reason, you just tell them about the powerful weapon of your Toastmaster membership to them. Thank you, and go to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite our area director, Toastmaster Nadia. Toastmaster Nadia is a dynamic leader who blends innovation with impact. As a product owner at IDP Education, she brings over 14 years of experience across diverse domains, driving excellence in everything she does. Beyond her professional success, she is a passionate Toastmaster, having joined in October 2022 and making waves in a short time. Her dedication and talent earned her the prestigious Outstanding Toastmaster Award in 2023. Now in Toastmaster Centennial Year, she serves as the Area 2 Director, leading with vision, enthusiasm and an unwavering commitment to empowering others. So please join me in welcoming the inspiring Toastmaster Nadia.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Congratulations, Vellore Toastmasters Club, for celebrating 7th anniversary. And I'm happy to be part of the celebration along with our district trio and division director. Okay. So once I heard this quote by Giri Romaji, growth and comfort do not coexist. How many of you believe that? Yes. Okay. So even I believe that because I was the one who experienced it. So as part of the growth that I had, there were, I mean, for each and everyone it is unique and you will be seeing ups and downs on your growth. But one thing that I wanted to share here as my growth with Toastmasters and what Toastmasters does. So why Toastmasters is close to my heart, first thing. So I would like to convey it with 3 points. One, confidence. Second one, leadership, and the third one is comfort. Okay, so the first one, confidence. So how many of you were there in front of audience, hands shaking, hands full of sweat, or voice trembling? Yes, I do get it, but yeah. So this was me earlier. To any audience that I to any level of preparation that I have, I always have this one. At least 1 second or 30 seconds to 60 seconds, right? So after that, I'll feel comfortable. But right from the beginning, it is something that I learned is as part of the Toastmasters, I got to know, okay, this is where the space that you can learn things, where you can practice and grow your confidence. And I felt Toastmasters is a gym for public speaking, where every role that you take, right from the Toastmaster of the day or evaluator or even the club leadership roles, all that will definitely get you to the place where you can gain confidence. And this is where I learned and practiced or exercised my confidence muscle. Okay. And to the point two, leadership. So when I say leadership, Toastmasters is the place where you can, it is not just about public speaking, it is the place where you can grow as a leader as well. So I feel that Toastmasters is it's something that I can quote it as leadership powerhouse. That we can okay. So with Toastmasters, this is where I get to learn things, where with all the roles that I have taken up, be it from Sergeant at Arms to president role in the club level or in the next immediate district leadership, all that where I grew. I have seen myself grown as a leader. Okay, and I felt Toastmasters is a place where you can practice, and this is the space where you can use it to your level to grow as a leader. Okay. And the third point that I have here is comfort. So comfort is more about the people that we can. So comfort, I meant it to be the networking that we get along with the Toastmasters. So Toastmasters here, the more fun part or the main part of Toastmasters that I felt is completely the people. So we are not here as members within a club. We are a family where we, as an individual, we cheer and grow and get every step helping others. So all these were said, and I'm coming back to the same quote: growth and comfort do not coexist. And this is where you will learn. And my dear friends, with Toastmasters, what I felt growth is this one. So I learned so many skills right from the confidence level, changing my fear into a confidence and hesitation into leadership, and also changing strangers into a lifelong friends. So this is something that I learned it from Toastmasters, and definitely the same will happen to any one of us within the Toastmasters fraternity. And with this, I would like to say, if you are new to, since we have guests here, if you are new to Toastmasters, please take a leap. This is where your transformation starts today. And if you are being here for a time, keep going, and your transformation isn't over, it's still growing. It is one, or sometimes it is all that you need is one brave step up and take up the roles and believe that you can grow. Yeah, thank you so much.
So now I take this opportunity to invite Toastmaster Bharat Nandagopal. Toastmaster Bharat Nandagopal is a true extrovert. He is quiet in text, but a powerhouse on stage to speak on the evolution of BTC, Vellore Toastmasters Club. A public speaker by passion and a structural steel detailing engineer by profession. He currently works in Bangalore, building strong foundations both in structures and in communication. His dedication to public speaking was recognized when he became the runner-up in the ISC contest at the division level in 2023. Put your hands together to invite Bharat Nandagopal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. Well, we all have landed in Toastmasters or in Vellore Toastmasters Club due to different reasons, and we all had many different stories, isn't it? And what if I say even Vellore Toastmasters Club has its own story and how it all started. So if you want to hear it, you all have to rewind and go back to the year 2008. So as we all know, VIT is one of the greatest universities and a big university in Vellore, and we know that there are Toastmasters clubs in VIT. So the people who studied in VIT got benefited out of Toastmasters club, and they shaped their career and their life with the help of Toastmasters. And a group of students from VIT, and they thought they should not stop there. They should give something back to Toastmasters and to the people of Vellore. And that's when they initiated this idea of starting a community club in Vellore Toastmasters Club. As you all know, there are many community clubs in Chennai, Bangalore, and starting a community club in Vellore was quite difficult because there are big companies in Bangalore and Chennai. But assume in the year 2018, there were not much people who are not even aware of Toastmasters or would not even hear the word Toastmasters, isn't it? So they went and inquired the people of Vellore. They have got some positive responses saying that they would love to have a Toastmasters club. But there are some negative responses too, that people said it's really impossible to start a community club in Vellore, and most importantly, to run every meeting. Because as we all know, now even for our meetings, it's really hard to invite 2-3 guests for a meeting. Now assume how it would be the scenario in the year 2018. So it had been a lot of struggles and hardship has taken place. They found it really difficult to even find a venue, and this has been I think a 13th or 14th venue in Vellore, and they found really hard to invite guests for every meeting. And soon after, the club has got inspiring members and the promising members who can run this club. They are like the people who joined at that time was Toastmaster Anandan sir, and Toastmaster Manimekalai ma'am, Toastmaster Tamil Arasi, and Toastmaster Devendran sir. So all these promising members have joined the club, and they run the club effectively, and the club was growing, and the members were growing, and everyone started improving their skills. But as we all know, a great movie will always have a climax, isn't it? And in Vellore Toastmasters Club or in any Toastmasters Club, the COVID has came. And people were not able to gather at a place. People become less active and inactive in Toastmasters. And again, it felt very difficult for conducting meetings. And then the idea of conducting virtual meetings has came up. So around the world, all the clubs have started conducting virtual meetings, and even the Vellore Toastmasters Club have started doing it. And that is the time I was also joined in this club, and Toastmaster Anandan was the person who made me join this club. And yeah, like myself, Saumini, Darshini and all are COVID batch students in Toastmasters, and we all joined at the time. And yeah, the club was growing, and people found the value in attending online meetings in Toastmasters, and again the club has started growing. And now slowly all the clubs are starting to shift virtual meetings to physical meetings, and that was the even more challenge. So even Vellore Toastmasters Club started doing it, and I can proudly say like Toastmaster Kriti was the person who initiated a first physical meeting in Vellore Toastmasters Club. I can still remember those joyful moments when we all see together and we had that vibe, because every one of us seeing in online, and suddenly we all met in offline and had food and having fun. It was really, we all liked it. And slowly after a gap, we started having one physical session in a month, and slowly it became 2 physical sessions and rest are online. And finally, we tried to have like all the meetings hybrid, and today here we are, Vellore Toastmasters Club, conducting every meeting every week in physical mode. We can give a big round of applause for that. So it's been more than 200 sessions, and we have reached our 7th year anniversary. So at this moment, on behalf of Vellore Toastmasters Club, I would like to thank all the people who had put in a lot of efforts for making this club, especially the founders and most importantly the current executive committee who are more important at this moment and running this club successfully. And we can give a big applause for them. I hope you all taken you a small glimpse of journey of how Vellore Toastmasters Club has started. Thank you for the opportunity, Toastmaster Calvin. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bharat. Now it's time to have the educational session by our distinguished Toastmaster Parthasarathi. He has been part of this incredible community since 2006. With years of dedication, he has served in multiple leadership roles, including club officer, area director, division director, and club growth director. Beyond Toastmasters, he is a certified project management professional and a program manager at DXC Technology, bringing expertise in strategy, leadership, and execution. Currently, he plays a crucial role in shaping and elevating the Toastmasters experience as our Program Quality Director of District 120. With a wealth of experience and a passion for empowering others, let's give a warm welcome to our distinguished Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, MC. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, a very good morning.
Good morning.
7th anniversary. It's truly magical. Especially the 7th anniversary, I feel it is. Because after we came in, I saw this wonderful room, and then slowly Nadia came here towards the left, then she disappeared. I was wondering what happened, and next went Annapurni. I thought she was going to find out what, and she also got disappeared. And then John came into the center of the screen, and he also disappeared from the center. I was thinking everybody is disappearing, and there's something magical. Little did I realize there's actually something something big behind as well. Well, why did we go so far? Or how come we did we come so far? In fact, how many of you have been for a centennial year celebrations in Chennai? You didn't come to a centennial celebration. Okay, then you might have to hold on to whatever I'm telling you. Okay, how does an organization come so far? How many of you have seen penguins in real life? Not the ones on TV, the real life penguins. Okay, if you look at penguins, they cannot fly. You know, obviously they are a flightless bird, and they can't even walk. Even if they walk like this. It'll be so clumsy the way they walk. I mean, when you look at it, you'll be thinking, what sort of a bird is this? It cannot walk properly, it cannot fly, and how do you even call it a bird? But do you know something? The penguins are the best swimming birds in the world. No other bird in the world can swim as well as the penguin. And what did this penguin do? It adapted itself, its feathers, its wings, to fins so that it can swim in water. It has those webbed feet with which it can hold on to different things on the land. Obviously, in Antarctica, there is nothing to fly about. You know, it's barren land. What do you fly around? There's nothing. In fact, it's more. You get more life under the water rather than in the air. So they have adapted so beautifully, or probably even to say magically, into that particular way of life. And that's adaptability is what has been keeping Toastmasters also moving along. 100 years. Imagine an organization which was started for a set of youngsters, suddenly moving on to all people of all ages. In fact, when it started, it was only for men initially. Then it was moved to all other genders as well. There's always some evolution which is happening, some adaptability which has happened, and that's what has kept Toastmasters going along. And I think that's the same thing. When I heard Bharat also said, I also felt, we had different situations happen to Vellore Toastmasters. At one point of time, we were able to operate. Then we had COVID come in between, and then we moved on to hybrid meetings, or rather online meetings, hybrid meetings, and then now we are back to in-person meetings. This adaptability is what keeps us going, and that's what will also keep us going. In fact, it's not only within Toastmasters that we need to develop this skill. This skill is very useful outside Toastmasters as well. Because you realize in life there will be so many situations which are going to change all along. We always think, okay, this is going to happen for us or going to be for us for a long time, but things do change. And people who change along with that, who are resilient to that, are who are really going to succeed. Take this lesson from Toastmasters and implement in your real life, because the essence of Toastmasters is not what you achieve in Toastmasters, but what you achieve out of Toastmasters in real life, which actually matters. So I wish you all a great journey ahead in Toastmasters, and be resilient, have the adaptability like the penguin, and make sure that you're progressing in Toastmasters and outside Toastmasters. With that, let's move on to our what next? I didn't want to forget. Okay, what's the education session about? Anybody has an idea? No idea? Okay, somebody, I think there was some text sent to you. Did you send the text, Carolyn? I was going to send. Okay, did anyone have a chance to see the text or message? Nobody had a chance to check your message. Okay, good. Okay, don't check it right now because that won't help. Now we have something called the International Speech Contest. Right? Okay. So this session is about how you can prepare for the International Speech Contest. Of course, you can take a whole day, or even a day is not enough. We have over weeks, we have a champion incubation which is happening over weeks to be how you can excel in the International Speech Contest. But here I thought we'll try to focus on a few areas on how you're going to prepare for an International Speech Contest. Okay, let's look at what is International Speech Contest. Contest, everybody understands, right? What is a contest? Just forget about Toastmasters. What is a contest? Competition. That part is good. So we're going to look for a winner. That part is very clear. But this word International Speech Contest is very, very confusing. Because table topics contest is very clear. You're going to have table topics, come on stage, and then you're going to find a winner. Evaluation speech contest is also okay. Evaluation, people are going to give who gave the best evaluation, you're going to find out okay. Next is, you have something called humorous speech contest. That is also understandable. Somebody is going to give a humorous speech, and then you're going to find out who is the winner. But what is International Speech Contest? We are all sitting in this club, Vellore, maybe even from Chennai, a few people are here. What is international about it? You will all be thinking, why is it even called International Speech Contest? Now that is what you must understand, why it was named International Speech Contest. The reason why it's called International Speech Contest, the winners of the district of the International Speech Contest go and compete at the international level. That is at Toastmasters International. We have something called the World Champion of Public Speaking, or World Championship of Public Speaking, and whoever wins that is called the World Champion of Public Speaking. And this happens in the international conference during the International Convention of Toastmasters. So that is why it's the goal which actually determines the name. The name is given from the goal where you are going to become an international speech champion. So that's why it's called the International Speech Contest, even though it starts from your club, then to your area division, but it's going to reach the international level. No other contest, according to Toastmasters, would be going to that point, because all other contests will stop at the district level. This contest alone, the International Speech Contest alone, will move from the district to the international level. Of course, you'll have quarterfinals, regional quarterfinals, you'll have semi-finals, and also the finals, but it's going to the international level. So this is one reason. So it's clear why it's called the International Speech Contest. Okay. Now that you know about the International Speech Contest, you'll have a biggest question. Whenever you ask somebody to be part of the contest, okay, and let's assume that you have said okay to it. What will be your next big question? What is the topic? Okay, exactly the point. So what is the topic that you can speak for an International Speech Contest? Now it is always very confusing because there are so many different things. But before we go on to what we can speak in an International Speech Contest, let's think of it in a different way. What you cannot speak in an International Speech Contest? Is there something that you cannot speak in an International Speech Contest? Yeah, go ahead. Think about it. Is that something you cannot speak in an International Speech Contest? Religion, politics, sex. So these are all offensive materials which we try to avoid in a Toastmasters speech contest or in a Toastmasters speech. But according to the rules, there is no bar from using all these in a speech contest. Of course, you may get lower points, but you cannot. There is it's not barred from allowing anybody to speak. You can always speak on these points. But make sure that It's again more an ethical question. You are not going to be disqualified because you speak about it. Anything else? Mohan, you wanted to add something?
You asked, is there something that you cannot speak?
Yeah.
You cannot speak about another contestant on this.
Exactly the point. No, that's precisely, that's what it was going to come. So you cannot plagiarize. That means you cannot use somebody else's content and speak. Like you saw some Russell Peter or who we have Aaron, Alexander Babu, or what else? And any other YouTube. You watch YouTube, you cannot use the same content here. It's clear? You cannot plagiarize it. You cannot copy some other content and come back and give that speech. Not allowed. And as Mohan said, you cannot refer to another contestant. Another contestant spoke about something. You have something very similar in your speech, so you try to use his content or try to refer to him. No, that's not allowed. Earlier it was, but unfortunately Toastmasters said hereafter you do not allow because it gives undue advantage because you are coming after the speaker. So you are trying to refer that speaker and you are using these ideas to your advantage. No. If it's your own idea and it's also somebody repeated, that's fine. As long as you don't use the same words. For example, if the person has used emotional mother, let's emotional mom. The first speaker has used the word emotional mom, and in the speech 2-3 times he used the word emotional mom. When you come again as a speaker, you cannot use, my mother is also very emotional. In fact, she's an emotional mom. That you cannot do. Okay? You can say my mother is emotional. Do not try to refer to that. But if there is a fact that you have to say, you can say. Don't try to refer to another speaker. And you cannot refer to another speaker's name also. Like you cannot say he or she spoke about it, or this speaker told, as this speaker told, or my speaker before me came here and spoke about something. No, you cannot refer to any speaker. You cannot plagiarize from some other. Any other restrictions? So only these two. Okay, so you cannot originality, and then of course you cannot refer to any other contestant's person by name or by their speech itself. Otherwise, anything under the sun is perfectly fine, including all the taboo topics which we talk about in Toastmasters. In an international speech model, there is no restriction. Of course, if people find it offensive, they may not find it suitable to the audience. You may have marks reduced, but you cannot be disqualified for using it. Is it clear? So from the content perspective, this is what it is. Now, how do you develop a content? You have a topic. Okay, let's assume you have selected a topic based on what. How do you develop a topic? How do you develop a topic? Let's say you have empowerment. Okay.
Based on the interest.
Your interest. Okay. Interest. Any other? Story. Okay. Yeah, storyteller will tell that, right? Like in this record, storyteller will tell a story. Anything else? Personal experiences. Okay, even if it's not a story, at least some experience which you had, you can share. Anecdotes, so short stories that we say.
A theme which will be beneficial to everyone in the world.
Yeah, interest of the audience. So find something which will be of interest to others and also to yourself, and then add stories and anecdotes that will make it interesting. What else can you do? Or how will you select a topic, or what if you are always looking for a topic? What is that? Which topic you think is very good?
A famous saying.
Okay, so you are saying to catch attention of audience, you can use a saying. That's fine. This is something which I learned from one of our past members, Toastmaster Rajesh Natarajan. So he will tell me whenever you are looking for a topic or to build on a topic, think that it is the last day on the earth for you. For you, okay, not for the earth. Earth will stay. For you, it's the last day. So think of this is the last day. What will you tell to your next generation or the rest of the people? What is that message you want to give? So think on those lines. It may be something inspirational. It may be something that you want to. If you ask me, I will say, whatever happens, life goes on. That always is my mantra, and I would tell others. Whatever happens in life, don't worry, life will move on. There will always be something to move on. That's my. Everything similarly, you might have something, right? What is you're thinking? What is your last? What would be your last message?
Adapt to situations.
Adapt to situations. To clue from. I'm just joking. Yeah.
Respect to elders.
Respect to elders. That will, whatever you give, you will get back. Anything else?
Pass on the knowledge and experience we have gathered.
Okay, whatever you have learned so far, pass it on to the next
And
generation.
next generation.
Okay, but what did we learn? That means different one.
We learned about life.
Good life. How about you?
Preserve nature.
Preserve nature. Okay, that's something very important because we utilize nature, but we don't preserve it. Okay. Anything else? You are getting ideas, right? Okay. Earlier you were thinking what you can speak about in that speech, but now you have something, and now you are also able to understand what other people think. So this is something what you do. You know, when you think about what is the last thing I can tell or what do I want to tell, you get that idea and then you will able to develop it based on your story, your experience. You will go ahead. So now that you have gone through it, what's next? You know, you have to build on this. You have developed it. Now you have to build on to it through different ways. Now you have to make it interesting. Now that's where you said give some interesting quotes or try to connect what you already have with somebody else who has done in the past. Again, it's not plagiarism, but trying to have one or two items from the past or somebody's experience that will relate to it. That way, it's not, and up to 25% of your speech can be from other sources as well. Okay, so you are trying to make it interesting for the audience. How will you have the interest of the audience kept alive? So that is something that you will do. And next is speech value. Now, when you look at speech value, every speaker, when you come on stage, you have a responsibility to make people think. Okay, that is something which people are expecting. So if you are able to do that, then your job as a speaker is done. So I guess this is what we call as the content. Content of your speech actually is even in I'll go through our judging ballots as well, but this is where the majority of us international speech content lies. 50% of your focus should be on this because, or at least point wise it's on this because that's how it comes. Now from content we have something called delivery. Okay, so you have the content, but how you deliver matters. So what is delivery of a speech? What do you mean by that?
Crystal clear way so that everybody understands what
You have an idea in mind, how you put that idea across. Okay, the content is there. How you
understand it.
Okay, what are the different ways in which you can put your idea across?
Quotes.
The content is fine. Now I'm asking, this is the same content. You have the content, like I have the story. Now how do I make that story interesting? So one is
Voice modulation.
voice modulation. So you can add voice. How one easy way to add voice modulation? Any thoughts? Voice modulation means you increase your voice or vocal variety, bring in vocal variety. How do you increase voice or decrease voice in
Through
the
emotions of
Emotions.
we are angry, we are sad.
So we should become angry on stage, we should become sad on stage.
No, it depends upon.
Correct. So if you look at it, if I'm always talking from a third person perspective, my mother came first and then she came and asked why I was so sad, and then I replied to her, no, I was so sad because I was not feeling well. Now when I tell from a third person narrative, it becomes very difficult to add good emotion. So if you have direct conversations, Anna, what happened? Why are you feeling so sad? My mother asked. So that way, when you have direct conversations, you can add those emotions very easily. And when you add emotions, the vocal variety will automatically come in. Okay, so adding emotions will automatically get the vocal variety. What else you can do?
You can interact with the audience.
Yeah, you can interact with the audience. You can ask them questions like how I ask them generic questions which they can answer. Okay. Otherwise, you will ask the question and then you will have to wait. And sometimes it happens also. You ask a question and you don't get the answer. Don't wait too long. You go ahead with the next part as well. So you can ask. That's a good point. You can ask audience, gauge their interest. Okay. What else you can do?
Adding humor.
Adding humor. So that's very good. In fact, we have a humorous speech contest, but that does not mean in an international speech contest you cannot use humor. You can always use humor. There is no reason why, even though your message should be a message that is you should keep people thinking, there is no reason why you cannot make it humorous as well.
Body language.
You use props, okay. So you use a prop, like you have to talk about different roles to be played as a way of doing it in Toastmasters. You have different caps. So every cap that you wear, you do different role.
Sounds. Body language.
Body language. This is a key component of most of our Toastmaster speech. In fact, it does not mean that you have to do something extensive or not the theatre style that everybody would do, but it certainly means that you should be able to express whatever is in your heart to others. So there are different ways in which that you do. For example, this open hand gesture is something which is very common. So instead of being closed or talking like this, which is considered very defensive, just be open to whatever you're speaking and let your body naturally flow with whatever you're thinking. And of course, for body language, you need to do something else. You have to watch yourself in the mirror. So if you can see in the mirror, or if you want to record and then watch it later on, because it's distracting especially when you are speaking at yourself, it will be very distracting. So if you want, you can record the whole thing and see how is your body language and what are the areas that you want to improve. Okay, I think we have good ideas on how you can get the audience interested, right?
Occasionally use some punch dialogues.
Occasional punch dialogues. That will also help. So these are things to which you can keep the audience interested. Now what's the next thing that you have to do? Let's keep it there. Okay, the last but not least in the delivery part is you have to have a mannerism. Whatever you're trying to say, it should have a good intent. Like in the sense, your way you are speaking should reflect the intent you are speaking. If it is something serious, you should also look serious about it. If you are telling something serious but you are behind the you are giving a smirk laugh about it, it doesn't convey the right information or doesn't convey the right intent. So if it's about yourself or about something that you really feel strongly about, that intent should also come and that manner will reflect. And if you have to smile, smile. There's no harm in smiling when you have to smile in other times. Okay, so if you have to smile, smile. So your manner implies a lot in the way it goes. Now we spoke about first is content, then delivery. If you open now, it's time. If you want, you can open your mobiles. You must have got a message. So that's about the speaking manner. You get it? And this is very important because what happened was I didn't have this. I was participating in contest first 2 to 3 years. And I gave a very good speech because according to me, a speech with ahs and ums is considered to be very good. Because until that point, I could not even manage that. And once I did it, I thought I've done it great. And then I was waiting for the results. Third place came. I thought, okay, first two itself. Second place came. First the number. Then first place came. Then I realized I was not even there anywhere. And then when I found out it was, and I didn't know. I really didn't know what really happened. Afterwards, I became an area director and division director, and those 2 years I did extensively judging. And judging, that's the time I saw this judging ballot. Are you able to see the judging ballot? Yes. Okay, so this is what judges will use when you are actually speaking. This is what they will be marking against. So I did speak about the way speech develop, your content and delivery, and I think it's clearly tells you what is it. There's also 20 points for appropriateness. So does your speech have the purpose, or what are the different purposes of a speech? Your speech can be to inform, any other?
Educate.
To educate. Yeah, speaking to inform is educate. Anything else? It can inspire. What else? Create an awareness. Okay, that is persuade them to do something. Last one, purpose of a speech is that you can entertain. Okay, so these are all broad categories. Not necessarily that it has to stick to one of these 4. It can be a combination, but more or less this will be the broad general purpose. And you also have a specific purpose. So is your speech tied to the purpose? Every part of your speech is tied to the purpose. That is what they will look at it, and is it appropriate to the audience that you are speaking? So for Vellore, if I refer something in Vellore or in the vicinity of Vellore, you will understand. But if I am talking something about Sri Lanka without giving a context, it won't make sense. So that is what it is. And last but not the least, correctness. That is grammar, pronunciation, word selection. Because if you use incorrect grammar or pronunciation, then people will tend to focus on that rather than what is the intent you are saying or what is the idea you are saying. So try to avoid that. Best thing is to use, if you are using Microsoft Word, you type your entire speech, let it do the grammar correction. It will be very easy. Now you have AI tools. I'm yet to use that, but you can also use that. If you are using AI, ChatGPT can fully correct everything, and of course, ChatGPT will change your speech a lot. So instead of it, just ask you to do grammar corrections. That part should be fine in case you have a challenge. Otherwise, it's fine. If you are able to get to it without it, that's perfectly fine. And whenever you come across a new word which somebody else uses, do find know the exact meaning of it or the root of that particular. So that way you will be able to get to it. So this is exactly the entire, I think we have gone through all the different parts of an international speech contest, and now the next thing is only for you from your end is to practice. So you need to practice, and the more you practice, the more confident you will be. Okay, I hope I have given you an idea of the speech contest. So how many of you are ready to contest this season? Only 1, 2. Yeah. Others are still thinking. Others are already members. Okay, any questions? I'll just open the floor for, I think we're already on time, so, or rather, past time, okay. Past time, so 2 questions on the international speech contest.
The content that is generated on ChatGPT. So you have put in your ideas and you are asking your content. It has generated the content. It is not your own words. It is a system generated content. Can I use it?
It's an ethical question because it's not your own original one, but it is generated from ChatGPT. We never know from where ChatGPT took it because even though we say it is AI, it must still have some source. And if people are able to find that source and they prove that you have plagiarized, then it will become a challenge for you. But I think it's more an ethical question. Do you want to use your own stories, your own experience? And I think you'll be able to relate better when it's your own story rather than take it from ChatGPT. And I don't think you can develop it that easily using the content from ChatGPT if it's a story. If it's your own speech. So I would definitely say please avoid it. And it's more an ethical question. I don't think it is that easy for somebody else to prove you wrong. It's for you to see whether you want to win with that.
No, my question is, that is my content. I have drafted, as you said, the grammatical part and all those things.
Yeah, grammar part and all is fine. If it's
But
your
I want
content,
to
your
refine
idea, refined by ChatGPT, no, it's considered okay.
Actually, ChatGPT can give you the references where it is taking the statistics
oh, okay.
or whatever from.
Okay.
So you can always refer to that, and if you want to use it,
Now you can use it. 25% of your speech can have external references, and you're also expected to quote that reference also. So if you can keep it to that limit, perfectly fine. Any other questions? No questions? We do have no questions. Yeah.
Most of you must have heard a lot of world best speakers speeches in your career. What do you think is very common among the top winners? Your tips and tools, I think, will be summoned to the main thing.
Okay, not my career. I've been in Toastmasters for about close to 18 years now. But anyway, I have watched more videos online. Okay, that's how I have seen. But one thing is, they come up with something which we know, but they come up with that same thought in a very different way. I don't think it's totally out of the world that they come up with. They come up with something which we already know, but a different way of looking at it is what I see. So it's like telling, don't try to tell them totally something new which they don't even know. Like you cannot tell rocket science and get there. But it's something which everybody knows, but they have not felt it that way or they have not seen it in that way. That really helps.
Presented in a way that everybody appreciates and
Exactly.
understands.
In fact, if you look at Dhananjay Hidraji's speech, I was there. In fact, that is the only speech I have been there and seen in person. So he was talking about I see something in you, and that was his icebreaker. So he was telling about how his own life, different people play different parts which he wants. So it's very simply put, it's all everybody's, his own experiences from everybody, but how he put it mattered a lot. Yeah, exactly. So that is what I think makes a winning speech. And again, there is no fixed mantra. Every time the mantra also changes. I would be glad to take more questions offline.
I just want to add
Yeah,
one thing.
okay.
I've been, in the international convention for 3 years now, and I've seen 28 into 3 semi-finalists and 8 into 3, 24 finalists. As Father said, there's nothing like fixed mantra and all those, but what I've seen in them, in fact, this time Ashwati was also there, the practice, the amount of practice, in fact, I don't know if you can reveal the name, Martin, right? But night 2 o'clock, we got a chance to review, I wouldn't say mentoring, even though they said, but they take that much inputs from people. Night 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we went to the hall where the event is going to happen the next day or the day after. We practiced. I'm going to do this in the chair. Are you able to see from that side? I'm going to do this. I'm going to fall down from here. Are you able to see there from that side? That's how much detailing goes into the picture. And sometimes things will happen. This time I again, one of the speakers, not mentioning the name with reason, you all know, but he or she was like the winner. Okay, the debate was really who's going in the second place, third place. There was no doubt about the winner. But in finals, after beating 30,000 people in the world, he got time disqualified. But what happens is we still did the practice, but when he or she performed on the stage, the audience response was even more. We thought, okay, audience is going to clap hand for 10 seconds. They will clap it for 30 seconds. It's gone. Right? So we have to plan for it. So sometimes, you know, you all have to take it into consideration of, okay, this place, that's why, you know, this particular person actually went to at least 50, 60 clubs to hear the speech. But the response, of course, Zoom, rather than in person, but there, they always say improvisation, right? That happened and audience response was double, triple than what was expected. So consider all these when you do that. But practice is what, you know.
Thank you so much, Mohan. Now, as I told you, it is a contest, the international speech contest. It's a contest, so it's not going to be very easy for us for a first timer to go and win World Championship right away. But every experience matters, and definitely this journey of being participating in contest is magical because it transforms you. You realize what are the different things what different perspectives that you get. So I definitely encourage all of you to go through this journey of Toastmasters international speech, especially international speech contest, because it not only helps you to see what you can do, but it also lets you see what you cannot do or what you never thought that you could do. It lets you undiscover or rediscover yourself in many ways than not. So all the very best for your international speech contest as well as for your life in and outside Toastmasters. Back to you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session on International Speech Contest. A big round of applause once again. Now let's get into our regular mode meeting. Now I would like to invite our General Evaluator Toastmaster Kriti to introduce a tag team.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It is indeed a very special day for all of us. It is our 7th anniversary today, and I'm really honored to have our trio here, our division director, our area director here. It is a really amazing achievement for BTC to have all Vellore Toastmasters Club for all of them to be present here. So it is a journey of 7 years. It is testament to dedication, perseverance, and a shared passion for communication leadership. So, seeing the anniversary, I remember my journey of how I joined Vellore Toastmasters Club. As Bharat said, I was one among the COVID batch, and since it was online, I felt that seeing the timer cards, I'm like, let me tell short. So since it was online, I felt more comfortable, and because we can shut off the camera whenever we want. There's no in-person, so I was like very comfortable with it. And Vellore Toastmasters Club didn't have a physical meeting very soon. Even after I went to Hyderabad, it still continued online. Then it was Toastmaster Bharat who took the initiative of finding the venue again back, and again starting the physical session and giving back to the community of Vellore Toastmasters Club. So we are lucky to have a physical meeting, shifting from online to offline. Okay, coming to my role as a general evaluator, my role is to ensure the overall quality of the meeting on how it goes, the flow, the structure, and also ensure that we all uphold the values of Toastmasters. I have a tag team along with me who will be ensuring to give you all the speakers and the evaluator, whoever come on the stage, to give a valuable feedback to each and everyone. So let me introduce the tag members one by one. Tag team is timer for the benefits of the guest. Tag team is timer, R-counter, and grammarian. So let me call the timer on the stage to introduce his role. Over to Toastmaster.
So good morning all. In the Toastmaster International Contest in 2024, two of contestants, they lost their, they got disqualified because of extending their time. So here one of the contestants, what he has done is he misjudged the audience response. So his speech triggered the audience to clap more and show lots of interest. So he gave lots of extra pauses in his speech. So as a result of this, his speech ran for a longer time than what was allotted for him. As a result of this, he has got disqualified from the contest. So the time from this incident, what we can understand is time is a crucial element in effective communication. As a timer today, I am going to evaluate all the speakers whether you are all adhering to the allotted time. So I will be using indicators. There are 3 indicators. The first one is the green one. It means you are in the you have crossed the minimal amount of time, and yellow means you are on the way, and red means already you have crossed the allotted time limit. So at the end of the session, I will give you a report, so which will help you to maintain the time when you speak. And thank you all the best for all the speakers.
Thank you, Ms. Vasanta, for explaining your roles. Next up, let's call the R counter on the stage, Toastmaster Sam.
So, good morning guys. So I like to give I like to give a speech something. So something is happening, right? So what's happening? I am lack of confidence. So when we are speaking, when we use these filler words like so, what, and repeating it, it shows lack of confidence and something, and audience will lose the interest in the speech. So my role as a R counter will be like I will be logging and recording the like this filler sounds, and at the end of the meeting I am going to give the report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sam. Now next up we have grammarian Toastmaster Ranjita to explain the rules.
Good morning everyone. Today I took up the powerful role grammarian. As a grammarian, my responsibility to focusing on effective usage of grammar, and I'll also listening carefully to how we use the words by identifying the notable phrases, strong vocabulary and areas for improvement in grammar and pronunciation. Additionally, I introduce the word of the day. What it is? Perseverance. Yes. Perseverance is a noun. The meaning, determination, the determination to keep going despite difficulties or failures. For example, through perseverance in Toastmasters, I have transformed my nervousness into confidence and words into impact. I encourage all the Toastmasters to incorporate this word into your speeches and responses to enrich your vocabulary. At the end of the meeting, I will share my observations and constructive feedback. Let's make this session filled with eloquence and learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranjita. So at our Vellore Toastmasters Club, we have an additional role, which is most important role to make sure before me explaining, he will explain the role. So let me call upon the listener for Toastmaster.
So, hello everyone. Very good morning to one and all. So today I will be playing the role of a listener. So I will be narrating one small incident, a real life incident which happened with me, highlighting the importance of listening skills. So it so happened that my elder brother was soon going to get engaged to an amazing and beautiful girl. So two of my sisters came to visit my house, and we were just having a casual conversation. So initially we talked about that recently released movie Conjuring, where there is this creepy doll in that, and we were just discussing those things. And afterwards, I literally lost all the interest in them, and I was pretending to listen to them, but actually I was lost in my own world. And then suddenly, after some time, they put attention towards me. Hey Ayush, have you seen her? I was like, huh? What? And then I had that question, what are they asking me? Because I was not listening to them. So I applied, and I was afraid to admit that I was not listening, because I thought then I would be rude. So I applied my super brain. Okay. So initially they were talking about this doll and everything, so maybe they are asking to describe her. So I said, yes, I have seen her. And then they were like, could you please describe her? Now the thing is, actually they are asking me to describe my future, describe my elder brother's future wife, whom he was going to get engaged. Whereas I thought that they were asking about me to describe the doll. And that's when I started the description. And the disaster started to happen. Trust me, she's very creepy. She's very dangerous. My sisters were like, huh? You know what? Her face looks like she hasn't slept for centuries. My sisters were completely shocked. What is it talking? And you know what? She has superpowers. She can climb up the walls, she can rotate her head 360 degrees. It was a huge disaster. At this point, my sister was so furious. She took a book on the table and banged it on my head. What are you speaking? This is not the way to describe someone. Our beloved brother is going to marry her. And at this point, I got a shock. Huh? What? Are you serious? Are you serious? What are you saying? My brother is in love with a creepy doll and he's going to marry her? I didn't know. And that's when I realized that was a huge misunderstanding. So this is what happens when you have poor listening skills. So as a listener, I'll be listening to each and every speaker, and at the end of the meeting, I will come up with few questions to test you all that are you actually listening or you're just pretending to listen something. Enjoy the meeting.
For explaining us the importance of listening. So we'll all come, me and my team will come up at the report, towards the report at the end of the meeting. So I hand over the stage to team.
Now it's time to have the prepared speeches. The first speaker of the day is going to be Toastmaster Vellore. She is pursuing her Pathway Motivational Strategies Level 1, Project 3, which is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. And the speech timing is going to be 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Vani is all about empowerment, growth, and making an impact. She is an expert in digital marketing, personal branding, and medical coding, helping brands, coaches, doctors, entrepreneurs to build success. She is a strong advocate for women empowerment and financial independence. She believes in self-respect, mission-driven business, and creating real change. Before calling upon our speaker of the day, I would like to call the speaker evaluator, Toastmaster Karthikeyan, to read out the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My target speaker is Toastmaster Vellore Toastmasters. Our pathway is Motivational Strategies, Level 1. Project 3, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes. As Toastmaster Parthasarthi said, apart from selecting a good topic, it's very essential to devise a way of delivery which will make your speech successful. I mean, you can win the contest, or if you have realized that you have achieved something in public speaking, that will be only by measuring how successful your speech has been. For that, you have so many tools to enhance the quality of speech by improving the delivery. Most important of which is vocal variety and body language. Vocal variety is translating the words into voice modulation. and also body language. So all the best to my target speaker. Thank you.
So put your hands together to welcome our Toastmaster Vani. From fear to freedom, Toastmaster Vani.
It was a breezy November evening at Trichy. I was at my mom's place. My daughter was 2 months old baby. Relatives came to visit us and they were so happy to see us. And they were exchanging gifts, sweets, tea, snacks, everything. And the room was filled with joy and happiness. And then suddenly I screamed. I cried. I cried a lot that even River Kaveri would have been jealous of my tears. So everyone was shocked. My mom ran towards me and she was like, "What is happening? What happened to you?" And everyone pacified me. And then I slept off. The next day morning, I woke up so fresh. The day went well. I was taking care of Jaira very well. And again, in the evening, I cried. This happened for 1 week. I didn't know what I was going through, but someone else did. One of the uncles in my family, he saw an unusual pattern in me, and he suggested something unusual, which is a change of place. For a 2-month-old newborn baby and equally newly born mom. My dad hesitated at that time, and then he got convinced and he said, "Just take her to my place," which is just 15 to 20 minutes drive. And he put one strict rule, which is, "Vani, no phone calls, no messages except to your husband." So I was at heaven for those 3 days. No calls, no expectations, no pressure. No pressure to be a good mother, no pressure to be a good daughter or daughter-in-law, whatever. So after 3 days, I was packing back to my mom's place. Then he called me again and said, "Vani, you are not afraid of your motherhood. You are afraid of your mother-in-law." And he was right. Because every evening her calls will fill me with fears. "Vani, are you taking care of your baby? Why is she crying? Did you feed her well? We don't do these kind of things in our place. Why can't you come and visit us with your 2-month-old baby? After all, you underwent a normal delivery, which is very normal." Usually, her calls would end up as a blame on her. I had 2 choices. One, to get frightened. The other one, to stay strong. What do you think I chose?
Stay strong.
Obviously, to stay strong for 3 months. And then the mommy returned, the pressure also returned. What will she think if I say no? What will she think if I say that my body needs rest? There is a saying in English, "Don't add fuel to the fire." My mom was doing exactly the same thing. She said, "Vani, you should not rebel as you do in our place. You should do whatever they say. You should obey them." And I obeyed. Because she has to prove her upbringing is right through me. So I obeyed. I obeyed for 5 long years. I obeyed to the extent that I wore a sari. The one outfit which I hate most in the whole world, no, in the whole universe, is sari. I wore that. I wore that to show that I am a good daughter, to show that I am a good daughter-in-law, and to show that my mother-in-law's son made the right choice of choosing me. So I played this role for 5, close to 6 years, and then I started to concentrate on my self-growth and self-improvement. where I used to listen so many podcasts. So this thing I learned from one of the famous podcasts called The Mel Robbins. So one day I decided to say no. I didn't pack a sari while I was visiting my mother. She asked me, Vani, why are you wearing a salwar to church? I said, Auntie, I don't like to wear saris. And I didn't bring one. Did you know what she said? Any guess? She said nothing. She said nothing, at least to me. I was on cloud nine. She said nothing. And that day I felt the real peace, freedom. From then on, I learned the art of saying no. Also, I learned the art called let them. Let them think whatever they want. Let them decide about me. That doesn't define about me. So, ladies and gentlemen, if they think that you are not a good person, let them. Dear women in the house, if they think that you are not a good daughter, good daughter-in-law, good mother, good wife, let them. And still, if they have any opinion about you or your life, let them. Thank you.
So we'll have 1 minute of silence for the evaluator to evaluate. So 360-degree evaluation is shared in the group. I request all of you to vote it. So now it's time to call the second speaker of the day, Toastmaster Shalini. She is pursuing her pathway persuasive influence, level 1, project 3, which is introduction to vocal variety and body language. Toastmaster Shalini is a powerhouse of expertise, experience and energy. A life sciences graduate and over a decade in healthcare and clinical research. She is a proud DIT alumna and a former CNC professional. She is currently leading a startup or planning a big career move abroad. However, she is always busy in chasing her adorable toddler, the toughest boss she has ever had. A DIY and Netflix enthusiast, she balances science, strategy and creativity like a pro. So let's get ready to hear from someone who has mastered the art of growth, resilience and reinvention. Before calling the speaker, I would like to call the speaker evaluator, Toastmaster Abhidasha, to spell out speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. My target speaker, she is doing her pathway in persuasive influence. Level 1, project 3, introduction to vocal variety and body language. From our distinguished DTM Parthasarathi, we got insights about voice modulation and body evaluation, how to work on that. I hope my target speaker had prepared, practiced, and she is here to perform well. All the best to my target speaker. Over to you.
Toastmaster Shalini. The Silent Symphony, Toastmaster Shalini.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Can anyone guess what the Silent Symphony could be?
Silence.
Pardon?
Yourself.
Myself? Your motherhood? Definitely not. Let us take a moment and hear to this music. Can anyone hear? No? No one? Yes, of course, you cannot hear because this is an untold melody of a man's life. It is composed of his silent struggles, relentless efforts, his utmost fears that he has not shared, and his silent struggles. So, men do not cry, right? At least that is what we are being told. Don't cry like a girl, be brave. But men do cry. In reality, how do they cry? They get lost in their thoughts, thinking how to manage this financial crisis that is coming up. They cry in the showers. They cry when they drive home silently. And quiet in the night when no one is watching. So it's not always the way they think. They cry in different ways. The moment a boy is born, the society hands him over a script. You have to be a emotionless robot. You have to work, you have to provide, you have to protect, and never show your weakness. That is how it is. A boy, when he matures, goes to a job, he has to support his family immediately. He gets a passionate bike, but before he enjoys his bike, he has to get married. After he gets married, before he enjoys the marriage life, he has to go for a child. After he gets a child, he has to go for the child's education, health, everything. EMI. The pressure of EMI builds up. So what happens when this pressure of EMI builds up? The fear outweighs his peace. Do you know which is the major fear, the biggest fear of a man? It's about losing his job. The manager would come and say, you and you are fired. That's how easily it happens now. When he loses his job, he cannot support his family, he cannot give us EMI, he cannot buy a property, he cannot maintain everything. And above that, above all those financial insecurity comes is fear of losing the job because someone younger and someone more skilled is going to replace him. So you have to continuously learn, keep him updated, and you have to do this all his life long to make him be in that competition. Someone just goes for a job change because they get 30% salary hike. That additional amount is what they are looking for. Some people, some men stay away from their family to work I'm here witnessing my son's growth is not in us in everything. My husband is far away in some other country longing for it. So, why this happens? Let us come to the harsh statistics. 70% of suicide cases are from men who are aged 19 to 59. 33% of them experience depression and anxiety. And 40% of them do not even want to talk about it. Do you know that is the major issue? The men's reluctance to seek help. Even if they are going to seek help, the world is going to immediately turn and say, man up! How can we solve this? We will have to listen. When they say, I'm tired, please ask them what happened. Listen to them. Hear out their mind. When they say, I want to take a break, support them. Please take a break. I will be here to support. If you cannot support financially, support them emotionally. Give them space to do something they wish to, a hobby or a passionate work which they want to do. That relieves their stress a lot. When I researched for my DIY product, which is building racing cars, that's a miniature of racing cars, so many middle-aged men participated. They enjoyed doing the miniature of the car. And later, I realized that there is a bigger community to do this just to keep their stress away. Teacher's child. Teacher's child do not act rich having a big property with EMI. Teach them how to wisely invest. Let us change the script of what the world has given. Let us hear the silent symphony of the man right away without letting them break. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shalini. Now we will have 1 minute of silence for the evaluate, and we will have the 360-degree form shared in the group.